With the Russian invasion of Ukraine, the relationship between Russia and NATO has hit its lowest point since the fall of the Soviet Union. Furthermore, the recent accession of Finland and Sweden to NATO has mostly cut off Russia from accessing the Baltic Sea, apart from the few northern ports and the Kaliningrad Oblast, which has frequently been called one of Russia's main strategic weak points in recent history. But throughout these conflicted times when Russia is struggling to maintain positive relations with countries around the world, it's managed to carve out alliances with some nations that have allowed it to support its war economy, at least in the short term. This was primarily due to China stepping up to replace the EU as Russia's biggest trading partner for oil and natural gas, even if the price that Russia is getting on the Chinese market is much lower than the EU used to pay. However, Russia is not only looking to the east to solve its economic and geopolitical issues. In fact, a tiny island to its north could give Russia the upper hand in its battle with NATO. Recent developments, particularly those regarding global warming, have made Russia more optimistic about controlling the Arctic Circle. But why? You see, while the bulk of international trade between North America, Europe, and Southeast Asia uses the Suez Canal, or in some circumstances the Cape of Good Hope in Africa, there are two other, lesser-known maritime sea routes. These are the Arctic routes, one off the coast of Russia called the Northeast Passage, and the other off the coast of Canada called the Northwest Passage. Both curve around the North Pole. The Northeast Passage holds the Northern Sea Route, the bulk of which passes through Russian-controlled waters off the coast of Siberia and the Far East. The Northern Sea Route has been repeatedly proposed as an alternative to the traditional shipping route via the Suez and Malacca Strait, since it takes roughly 40% less time to traverse during summertime. However, the Northern Sea Route has two major issues. First, the route is frequently icebound during the winter months, meaning that trading vessels typically need an icebreaker entourage to be able to make it through the Arctic Circle. Secondly, while the most western end of the route is in